But what I'm noticing is that, you go on YouTube, you go on Instagram, go on any of these social media networks, and you'll see non-Jew after non-Jew after non-Jew being so tapped in, amazingly tapped in to what we call the ikar, to the main idea or the main point of what has actually been going on here in the world for like the last at least 20 years. Frank and I speak about it at least 30 years, really 35 years. But they've been noticing it since, let's say, for the last 10 years, I want to say, 5 years. And they're talking about it. They're talking about how there's this energy shift in the world. They're talking about how there's about to be this crescendo in the world. They're talking about how there's, all these things are happening with the wars and the politics and this and that. And finance is because it's a, they call it as above, so below situation. And even with this whole situation with October 7th, guys, I've been thinking about this since the nanosecond that I heard about it, that it happened. And I was thinking to myself that this happened on a celestial plane that for sure, and you want to say, Tzvi, it's easy to say that. It's not easy for me to say this. It's dafka not easy for me to say this, that Hashem gave his haskama on this event. Hashem gave his stamp on Hoshana Rabbah a couple of days before. I mean, some rabbis have said it, but it's not just I'm not making a halachic statement or some kind of, even Jewish philosophical statement. I'm making a statement that it's something that the non-Jews understand, and we, for some reason, don't yet understand it as a collective, the Jewish people. Some of us understand it. There's small pockets of groups of people that talk about it, even transcending hashkafa and halacha and all this stuff. But most people don't understand what's going on. They're looking at it from the surface perspective, and and whatever they are talking about in terms of like who we are is, look at all the amazing things we do. Look at how right we are. Look at how the history points to us being on the right side of history. Look how this, look how that. Folks, we have to look deeper. We have to understand that there's literally, wars going on in Shamayim. There's literal milchamot, or a milchama, going on in a different plane of existence, which is causing there to be a milchama here. And you may say, Tzvi, what does that mean? I don't understand what that means. How do I apply it to here? Folks, if you don't understand that, after looking at today, for example, I'm not even, people are upset, they're surprised that Biden, aka Obama 3.0, and the UK guy, David Cameron, came out and said, we're going to give, after this war, we're going to recognize some version of a Palestinian state. Folks, they just did in Auschwitz, and their reward is a country. They want to reward them with a country for doing an Auschwitz on us. Do you understand what that means? I'm not upset. I'm not surprised. The reason I got loud for a second there is because I'm trying to explain to you that this is something else. This is not politics. This is not geopolitics. This is something else. There's something going on spiritual here. Folks, I want to take you and I want to shake you. I literally want to shake you. And my question is, why should it be that non-Jews understand these dynamics? Most Jews don't understand it. If you talk to most rabbis, they don't even understand it. They're trying to explain it from, look at this source, look at that source. And the source tells us, folks, if you didn't have the source to tell you, you wouldn't feel it. I don't need sources to tell me that this is a fact, what I just described to you. I don't need the Tanakh to tell me. I don't need the Midrash to tell me. I don't need some Pirkei de Rav Eliezer to tell me, or Kabbalah, or Zohar, or Shmohar. Pardon my lashon. Don't mean to disrespect the Zohar. Folks, I don't need these things to tell me what I intuitively feel. What I intuitively feel, what I intuitively felt since October 8th, or October 7th and a half, is that there's a celestial something going on. There's a war going on in another plane of existence, and we better tap into that if we want to solve this whole situation. If we want to transcend the Obama 3.0s and the David Camerons and all, and the World Health, the Tedroses and the UNRWAs, and then, folks, I'm not surprised they're upset by any of these people. Everybody's so surprised. Everybody's so upset. I don't. If you understand that this is happening on a different plane, and you understand how to tap into that, then you understand what to do, or at least what we should be doing and what our government should be doing. And if they're not doing it, you should take them to task for it. Because no rabbi is going to help us, guys. Again, why should it be that non-Jews understand this, and the Jews are just running around with their like a chicken with a head cut off, talking about high tech and shmai tech and this and that, and even the rabbis are talking about sources and schmorses. You don't get it? You need the sources to tell you? You don't get it intrinsically? Am I the only one? Folks, that's been my frustration with this whole thing. How people are just, and they're just going about life as if it's this, people that tell, Tzvi, why you go to Israel for 2 months? You got to stay here and whatever. Fill in the blank of mundane life. Are you guys out of your mind? Are you out of your flipping mind? This is our 1967 moment times 100. All bets are off. Throw everything to the side. Folks, if you're a Jew, and if you still care about your horse crap, whatever you have over here, and you're literally not going to Israel now, even temporarily, you're dead. Your neshama's dead. I'm sorry, I might sound extreme. Folks, this is all hands on deck situation. There's a fire alarm. Woo, woo, like the fire department, everybody get on the fire truck. No, but Tzvi, we have families, we have this. Folks, what planet are you on? Again, if this happened to the non-Jews, if this were to happen, if this happened to Russia, Putin would just incinerate whoever did this to him. He would have turned Gaza into a parking lot. Folks, but that's just on a practical level. We need to really look deep within ourselves and ask the question, what is really going on here? Maybe Hashem is trying to talk to us. Maybe He sent us a message. Maybe this is not about negotiating with Amalek to bring back people. Maybe this is about, the world wants us to lead. And meanwhile, we're looking for them to lead. We're coming to Blinken, we're coming to everybody. My friends tell me, oh, you don't understand. Bibi has all these pressures from the outside. He has to balance this, he has to balance that. Folks, pardon my language, he ain't got to balance shit. We ain't got to balance shit of shit, okay? We're the Jewish people. We're tapped into God. The world wants us to connect them to God. Do you know how we're going to do that? By leading, at the very least. If not be completely holy, which is a stretch already. My friends, we better wake up. Spiritually, we better wake up. And I'm not talking about becoming religious or keeping this or keeping that or going into this source and learning that and learning this and being black hat. We just have to wake up to who we are. And it isn't high tech, and it's not this, and it's not that, and these sources and these rabbis. It's just us and Hashem and doing what we need to do. And yes, it's all hands on deck. And yes, it's all drop everything you have, because your land needs you. Which is a portal, your land, which is basically a portal here on earth, to some other spacely realm needs you right now. All 15 million of us. Not 7 million, not 7 million plus another 7 million giving money. Physically. Extreme statement, I know. I'm an extremist. It's the extremist, right? Folks, you heard it here first. And hopefully not the last time. Alright, guys.